what safety measures do you think can be put in place? How can we ensure safety for children generally?
Okay, so I'm really happy with the comments I've heard already because it touches on some of the things I'm supposed to share here today. One of the things that is really important is situational awareness. There's something he just said now. He has 10 eyes. Now that sounds like exaggeration, but it's not. Situational awareness means that you are conscious of your environment at every point in time because you understand the child you are with. Now, because you know that you are observant, and if he's not there, he or she is not there, you want to move to action because you know that time is very important in an emergency. If you do not take the necessary action in the right time frame, things could go wrong. So situational awareness is very important. The second thing is you need to have a plan. For you to have a plan, there are certain things you need to take into consideration. The first one is you need to know who are the stakeholders involved here. So who are the stakeholders? She mentioned neighbors. Yes, you see, sometimes here in this country, and most especially in this part of the world, we want to hide this thing. No! You actually need the neighbor to know because the neighbor could see the child, and because they know that the child needs help, they will be able to help. But if they are not even aware that the child is a child that needs help, they will just think, okay, it's just as usual. And something could go wrong. So please, we need to inform all stakeholders. So stakeholders in this context would be the family. So everybody living in that house. So even if you have a visitor that is going to stay in the house for a certain period, that visitor needs to know that this child is living with special needs and these are certain things to look out for. Now, another stakeholder could be the child's teacher. The teacher needs to know, and I'm really glad with what the teacher mentioned. She mentioned it's not just for the child, you also need to tell the classmates. Because if only you know and the others do not know, they'll probably not act right. So the key stakeholders from the home, then you take it outside the neighbor, then you take it to the school. As many people that would always come in contact with that child, they need to be informed. Then the next thing is you need to bear in mind risk. What are the likely risks that this child is exposed to? What are the tendencies that the child has? It has already been mentioned that the children are hyperactive. They also have a tendency to wander. Now, because you know that, what are the safeguards you're going to put in place? She mentioned safeguards, barriers. So, for example, he mentioned that he always ensures that the kitchen is locked. So, you see, the thing about safety is one size does not totally fit all. He will give you basic parameters, but you're going to look at your house, your classroom, your church, your mosque, and see how can this fit into that context. So now, in his own house, he makes sure that the door is locked, right, to the kitchen. In another person's house, if the door handle is really low where the child's hand can reach, they might engage a lock. So maybe every point in time, it's either you turn a key or you put a padlock so that the child cannot access. So depending on your peculiar situation, you put in barriers to fit that. If, for example, you do not want the child to go on the stairs, that means you might have, depending on your house, you could have gates or alarms or something, just to suit your context. Bear in mind that suiting your context also means suiting your pocket. Because sometimes people are scared, they think it's so expensive, oh, this is out of my reach. No, look for what can work within your parameters. So I've mentioned the stakeholders, I've mentioned this, the risk, right? Now another thing is the individual education plan. You need to add it that the child needs to learn safety skills. So what is the child supposed to do if there is a fire? What is the child supposed to do if somebody is trying to molest the child? What is the child supposed to do if there is a smoke situation in the house? What is the child supposed to do if the child has an injury, or the child sees blood? Because bearing in mind that sometimes they do not react to pain as much. So you need to come up with other triggers. So if you see blood, this is what you should do, whether you are feeling pain or not. Are we together? So by the time we begin to bear these things in mind, it makes it easy to handle the situation that we have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was